Good morning and welcome to our English lesson today. It's still the last week's topic, commonly confused words. And in our last week's topic, we talked about commonly confused words here and here. We also talked of commonly confused words hard, head, hard, and then we have a hard. So I gave out the meaning of the commonly confused words. Here, which means place, and then here the ability to perceive sound, and then hard, not easily broken, or if it is a task, we say it is a difficult task. Like you can say the rock is hard to break, or you can say this task is hard, which means not easily tackled, not easily tackled. Said hard is the past tense of has and have, which is used in the present perfect tense, and hard is used in the past perfect tense. Hard is the past participle of the word here. It is the ability to perceive sound or being able to follow instructions. It depends with what the sentence is insinuating. And then say hard is a collective noun, which means a group of buffaloes, or we can say a group of cows. So you say or elephants. You can say I saw on the way I saw a herd of cattle grazing. And they said when we use collective nouns, it depends if the objects in the group are being referred to as individually, or it's being referred to as a group. Which means you can use a singular helping verb or you can use a plural helping verb depending on what the sentence is talking about. So in our today's lesson, and while I was teaching this, I said you try constructing sentences and see if you can come up or you can construct sentences that show the meaning of each word. In our today's lesson, we are going to talk about a commonly confused word number 3, which we have lie. And then we have lay. So lie can be used in two different ways, meaning not saying the truth or being in a horizontal position. So we can have lie and lie being in horizontal position. And then when I talk of horizontal position, each of you has drawn a graph, the horizontal, and then you have the vertical, and then you have lie, which means not saying the truth. The truth. You realize that when you use these words, the lie in a sentence, it is a verb. It depends with what you are insinuating in a statement, because it has different meaning. So, for example, we have the present tense. This is where pupils mess up. Present tense. We have the past tense, and then we have the past participle. So I'm going to begin with lie, which means to be in a horizontal position. The present tense is lie. The past tense is lied. The past participle is what? Is lied. Which means to lie, lied. Not saying the truth. Let's say not saying the truth. So you say lie. Today you lied to the teacher. Yesterday you lied to the teacher. The previous day you also lied to the teacher. Now, when you come to lie, being in a horizontal position, you are going to say lie. Yesterday you lay, and then the past participle becomes lay. The past participle becomes slain. Today you lie. Yesterday you lay. And then you had lain. You see that in my past participle, I'm having a helping verb. Any moment you have a dash, and then, or you have a helping verb, and then you have a dash. Just remember that after a helping verb, you always go in for the past participle. And it also depends with the tense the sentence is in. So you have lie, then lied, and then lied, and then lie, then lay, and then lay. So if you want to use lie, lied, and then lied, that means not saying the truth. And then you say lie, lay, and then lay. Now, this is a problem, especially when it comes to composition writing, because you realize that some of the learners, they say, my father lied in bed all day yesterday. My father lied in bed. For example, my father, lied in bed yesterday. Now, you realize that when you have this, like according to the writer of the composition, maybe you feel that whatever you wrote is correct. Only you used lied, which should have been what? Lay. My father lay in bed yesterday instead of lied. They are all past tenses, but remember they have different meaning. Now, then we have lay. Which means to produce an egg. To produce an egg in animals. It can be a hen, it can be a frog. A frog lays eggs. Amphibians lay eggs, right? Reptiles also lay eggs, and you have some mammals that also lay what? Also lay eggs. So to lay is simply to produce an egg. So the present tense is lay. The past tense is laid, then the past participle is also what? Laid. You realize that lay for producing an egg is the past tense of the word lie, which means to be in a horizontal position. So you can say, my father lay in bed yesterday, meaning he was horizontal. He was in a horizontal position, not meaning like he lay an egg, not meaning like he lay an egg, or not meaning that he produced an egg. He produced an egg. So lay, present tense, lied is the past tense, and lied is the past participle. Lie, horizontal position. If I say horizontal position, for example, the way teachers tell you to lie down so that they can maybe discipline you. So I say lie, past tense becomes lay, and then past participle becomes lay. Not saying the truth, lie, lied, and then lied. Today you lied to the teacher. Yesterday you lied to the teacher. The previous day you also had lied to the teacher. Today, lie down. She told her she lay down yesterday. She was laying in bed the previous day. So you are laying in bed the previous day, which means the past participle. And then you have today you lay an egg, yesterday you laid an egg, and then you also laid an egg the previous day. These are like, you realize that when it comes to this, most learners make mistakes. Most learners make mistakes because somebody maybe does not know when they should use lay and when they should use laying, especially when it comes to this, because this one is the commonly said one. The commonly said question where you have lie, lay, and then lay, lie, lay, and then lay, and they will test example. They give you a dash. My father dash in bed. My father had dash in this dash in bed, and then most learners are going to say my father had laid in bed. No, you have a helping verb, so you're going for the past participle. You say my father had lain in bed. And I'm going had lain because what do I have? I have a helping verb, which is had. But if I don't have a helping verb, I'm going to say my father lay in bed, which is the past tense of the word lie, meaning being in a horizontal position. Make sure if you get this, you make some notes, and then also make examples of the sentences, so that when you are given an exercise to attempt, you can go back to your notes and review what you wrote. Our commonly confused word number 2, we have hang, and then we have hang, and then hang. These words have different meaning. Hang means to suspend. Hang also means to do what? To kill, by use of a rope. Now, when it comes to this, what confuses most learners is the present tense, the past tense, and the past participle. So you are going to go with hang for one, to suspend. So the present tense is hang, and then the past participle is what? Hang, The past tense is hang, and then the past participle is hang. Especially when, like the way we put charts, we put charts in our class, the way we hang clothes on the clothing line, the way meat is placed in a butchery. So we can say the chunk of meat was hung by the butcherman. So you say it was hung by the butcherman. Was hung by the butcherman. Now you realize that butcherman, and I'm saying butcherman. So you realize that was hung, which is HU, and then we have this. Present tense and past tense of to kill by use of a rope, which means to hang. Some in London was hung. So today he hung, yesterday he was hung, yesterday he was hanged, the previous day he was also hung, which means to kill by use of a rope, or when you have a rope in your neck and then you are key. So present tense is hung, past participle is hung, and then present tense is hung, past tense is hung, then past participle is also hung. Is also hanged. You see, the present tense is similar, but the past tense is different. The past tense is different. It's different. You have hanged for the hang, and then hang. This means to kill, and then this means to suspend, And I've given examples of how we can suspend something, the way teachers put charts in classes, the way we hang clothes, the way meat is hung in a butchery. You go to some shops and then they have hung what? Some small packets of, let's say, Royco, or let's say what, pilau masala, something like that. So hang, to hang, past tense hang, past participle hang means to suspend, So yesterday, we can say yesterday, yesterday, mother, example in a sentence, you say yesterday mother dashed the cloth, So you say yesterday mother, hang the cloth. Yesterday is always the past tense. Today is the present what? Today is the present tense. So you say yesterday mother hung the clothes. Now you can say yesterday. You can also say yesterday the thief. Yesterday the thief was hanged. The thief was hanged for murder. The thief was hanged for what? Murder, which means he was killed for committing murder. So you say yesterday the thief was hanged. You see, I have hanged, and then I have hung, past tense, and then that one I've used it as a past participle. And then you can say yesterday the thief was hanged for murder. You see, they come out with a different meaning. Mother hung the cloth, which means she suspended the cloth on a wire, on a cloth line. But you are hanged for murder, which means you are killed for committing murder. And then when this comes in the exam, what I've realized is they are also going to come up with this. They write her hanged, like you have that, HU and NGED. So the moment you come to this and as one of the options, what you do is you simply eliminate first, because you don't have hanged with a HU, you don't have hanged with a HU. So you eliminate this. You eliminate hanged with a HU, which means that is wrong. First, you also read the sentence. Once you've read the sentence, try to perceive what the sentence is talking about. Is it trying to use hang as to suspend, or hang as to kill? You will find, at the moment, if you read a sentence and then you are able to comprehend the sentence, then you are in a position to come up with the correct verb or the correct word they want. It is among the commonly confused words, because, like, for example, somebody say, mother hanged the clothes yesterday. So hanged, which is for hanged, which means to kill. So in short, you are simply saying your mother killed the clothes yesterday. Instead of saying mother hanged the clothes yesterday, which means to suspend, it means to suspend. So you should know this, the past tense and then the past participle. Actually, it is very common when it comes to exams, especially question 16 to question 25, question 16 to question 25. You should be in a position, you read the sentence to understand. So once you've read the sentence and you've understood the sentence, you'll be in a position to know what the sentence wants you, or which answer does the sentence want you to give, or which type of hang is the sentence in need of. But if you don't, then you are going to fail. And I've said there is no hang with H, there's no hang with HU. So the moment you see this in the exam, what you do first is you eliminate. You eliminate before you even continue to the other what? Before you continue to the other choices that you've been given, to the other choices that you continue to the other choices that you've what? To the other choices that you've been given. Now, let's go in and talk about practice. Commonly confused word number 4. We have practice. We have practice with a C. We have practice with a C, and then we have practice with an S. You have practice with an A, practice with an S. So you say practice with a C is a noun, and then practice with an S is a verb. Now I've seen this in exams, and then they say, for example, they say they practiced hard to win the match. They practiced hard to win the match. They practiced hard enough to win the match. Or especially when they ask for which of the following sentences is correct. Like you are given option A to D, and then option A to D, they have made some grammatical mistake, and then they want you like a learner to pinpoint them out, like to be in a position to tell the sentence A is wrong because of this, sentence B is wrong because of this, sentence C maybe is correct, and sentence D is wrong because of this. And when, for example, learners are given these sentences, most of them are not able to come up or to tell which sentence is correct and which sentence is wrong, because of simple things like this. Like, for example, you have practiced, which is an ed, and it is a noun. Nouns do not have present, past tense, and past participles. And then you have practice, which means a verb. The act, now putting practice in an action. So this one is going to have an ed, a d. For example, you have you practiced today. Yesterday you practiced. Yesterday you practiced. Yesterday you did what? You practiced. So this one is a verb, and then this one is a noun. How can we differentiate these sentences? These words in a sentence. These words in a sentence. So you say the practice. The practice today. The practice today was tough. The practice today was what? The practice today was tough. The practice today was tough. Which means whatever entailed what you did is what was hard, which is a noun. And then we can have practice with a C, which is a verb. Now we can have practice of a C, which is a verb. For example, we can say we practice hard. We practice before a match. We practice before and after a match. We practice before and after a match, which means what you do before a match, the activity, the action. An action is a verb. The action you do before a match. And what entails the action is what we call practice, whatever is in the practice. So you have practice with a C is a noun, and practice with an S is what? Is a verb. The same as a device. And then you have also a device. Adverb with a C and adverb with an A, adverb with an S. Adverb with a C is a noun, and adverb with an S is what? Is a verb. So you can say advice given by parents is always paramount. Like parents are always correct, especially mothers. So parents are always correct. I say advice given by your parents is always paramount. And I can say my mother advised me not to make noise in class. Like the action of being told not to do something is with an S, but what you are being told is with a C. So we can have this. You can say the advice we were given. The advice we were given was of great importance. The advice we were given was of great importance. Then you can say she advised all class 8 learner. So you divide all class 8 learner, class 8 learners. Like you are given advice for class 8 learners, like the what do we say? The whatever you are being taught, whatever you are taught. And then you have advice which is a noun, advice which is a noun. So you go in for advice with a C is a noun, and advice with an S is a verb. Just remember in a sentence, or you find words that are commonly confused. What you do is you go back to the sentence and read. Try to comprehend and find and see what the sentence wants you to give. Because you'll find that some words have the same present tense, but they have a different past tense or past participle. Make sure you make some notes and go through what I said. So because anytime you are given sentences or anytime you are given questions, you are able to go back to your notes and confirm. Have a good day.